So in order for me to get that really aged look, I used amber shellac, and then on top of that, I waxed it with paste wax, and then on top of that, I put a little bit of talc, and that's what gives it that very deep sheen kind of thing. So there was 3 things that went on here. And there's always 3 things that go on with everything.
So the pigment is actually with the plaster itself?
Yes, the plaster, well no, the pigment went into the plaster.
Yeah.
And it's called terracotta. What I have is called Rainbow Colors in a hardware store. And the one that I used to make this has terracotta on it. So and it actually, I don't know how they get it, but you know, how they get that color, but it's fabulous. And you guys, if you go to the hardware store, you'll pick it up too. Well, you have to color it somehow, and then the second thing I usually do is I usually seal it with something. And in this case, it was the amber shellac, and then the third thing I do is I wax it with paste wax. So, and sometimes the paste wax has pigment in it, and sometimes it doesn't. In this case, it didn't because the pigment was already in the mix. Okay, so
Shellac doesn't make it glossy?
Yes, it does. The amber shellac will just like be in your face. So the thing that you want to do to tone that down is you use paste wax, and that really,
after you apply the shellac,
really tones it down tremendously and then makes it much richer. Now this one's a little bit more complicated because I really wanted the faces to have tremendous expression. So as you can see, this came out of, I didn't put any pigment in the mix. There's no pigment in this mix. And what I sealed it with is this color right here. You see this sort of rosy color? That's called Lime-Proof Red, and that's also with the rainbow colors. So you have this feeling of warmth underneath. I don't know if you can sense it, but anyway, so what I did, I wanted to use oil paint on this. So what I did was I put gesso into the pigment, or I put the pigment into the gesso, I should say, and I sealed the whole thing. And then I went over the thing with oil paint. So I painted this thing with oil paint. And then I let it dry. And then on top of that, I put black wax. Does everybody see the black wax on top of this, sort of? I mean, it's black, right? Proof red with the gesso. Let it dry, and then I got black, or I mixed the black with the oil paint, painted that up, but then I also painted the figures, flesh tone, and, you know, all the stuff that I did to make it have expression. Let it dry, because oil paint dries, takes forever to dry, but to speed up the process of drying, I put in liquid. And so that has to dry completely, the oil paint. And then on top of that, I put on this black-brown paste wax, and that covered just about everything. And whatever areas I didn't want to cover, like the breasts and the belly and the faces, I washed off with alcohol so they would pop out. That takes a little bit of doing too. So
black wax. Did you add the pigment to the wax?
Yes,
or you
I added
like that?
No, I added the pigment to the wax. Exactly, and that's what makes the thing very shiny too. And the whole thing was black, so you couldn't see anything. And then what I did was I picked most of it up off with a rag that I dipped into alcohol, and I was able to pick up the faces and stuff. So that was really a lot of fun. It is beautiful. So, but what I wanted to do now, tonight, was I wanted to do a graphite finish on somebody's piece. And I didn't know...
Graphite powder.
Yeah, with graphite powder. I don't know if anybody is willing to...
Sacrifice?
That's right.
Now you can tell.
No, it's tacky. Okay, she painted it with acrylic paint, and has to wash out the brush. And that's your undercoat. The undercoat is the acrylic paint, and it's always usually on the red side. Okay. So, what I would like to do is underpaint the graphite with a little bit of red. See, if you have, I like red. Red is a great base for things. It really is. I find that red really works for me. So, and it works for a lot of cultures use red. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to steal somebody's red, and it's going to be acrylic. Okay. This is red enough for me. And I'm going to paint this thing. And then I'm going to put the graphite on top. Okay, so maybe, actually you can do that, Sherry, and I'm going to move along. Find a palette, get a paintbrush, paint the whole thing flat with this, what is it?
Red acrylic?
No, but I want to know the color. It's a burnt sienna. That's red enough for me. No.
Can you repeat?
Okay.
This
is powdered graphite.
Thank you.
So graphite comes in a whole bunch of different ways to work with. And I actually need to pour this into something, Shuli, or anybody. Some kind of...
A cup?
Okay, so it comes in all different kinds of forms. And this comes in a powdered form, but sometimes it comes in a tube. I find that the powdered forms has a better look. The tube thing doesn't work for me. It's too shiny. I don't know why. But anyway, what I do then is
you are mixing it with...
Yes, I'm mixing it with matte medium. Acrylic matte medium. If it's shiny, it isn't going to work. It will work, it just will be too shiny. Anyway, so this is the graphite, and I put a little bit there. Cover the thing. Okay, remember the undercoating is red, remember that? Okay, so then, and why do I have the red undercoating? Because the red kind of shines through. Okay, so then on top of that, it actually does. I can sense the red coming through. Does everybody get that?
Now, what's the difference if you just use black acrylic paint now?
Oh, this is black acrylic paint. Does not look like this.
Oh.
If this is not black, it's gray. Can you see it?
Yes.
Okay.
the graphite is not really opaque. It's kind of...
It's pretty opaque.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, see.
I guess when you rub it away, you do rub it away, right?
No. This is what you're going to get.
Oh. And what's the point of the red underneath if the whole thing covers?
You don't see the red? Absolutely.
Oh. Okay.
It's a warm, and all these little nooks and crannies. If there wasn't red in there, it would be white, and it would look hideous. So some of that red's coming through. Okay, and then sometimes I hit the rest of it with paste wax, but
That's afterwards, right?
yes. But right now, I mean, I think it's beautiful just the way it is. Okay. Does everybody see the red in the deep? I mean, I just can't get in all of the deep, so the red's coming through. You see that? Oh, it's so clear. Everybody's sleeping tonight.
I think it looks nicer when you show the red through.
Yeah. Oh,
rather
yes.
than cover it all.
Oh, yeah. So it's a matter of playing with how much red you want to see. Or green or whatever, but red is really the classic undertone for everything. For gold leaf.
See, I have a red, but I think it's too bright.
And this, we're making art here, so whatever red. Really a lot of deep. That's where you can see most of the red. So it looks almost like pewter to me. I mean, that's what it looks like to me. I don't know that.
So the graphite comes actually in different tones.
No, it doesn't come in different tones. It comes in different ways of applying it.
Oh.
So the way that, so they come in tubes, and you can apply, comes as a, like a cream kind of thing. That looks nice with a lot of the red. See, like where you didn't get.
Yep. I like it.
Well, when you don't hit it and there's white coming through, I don't like that.
No.
So that's why you have to be very, very careful about. Could maybe pick some of it up, if you scrub. I'm scrubbing a little bit. You can see a little bit of the red now. And that's why the red had to be...
I like it in the surfaces that are the most raised.
Yes, exactly. Yes, exactly.
So it looks as if it's...
There you go. And you can see the form better,
Yeah.
too. That's why the red has to be completely dry, Sherry, otherwise it would peel right, it would come right off. So that's very pretty. And then sometimes I like to finish it with a clear paste wax.
I have amber.
Or even amber would be nice, but in this case,
The amber
it
one.
doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's so dark, and I don't think it would make a
Right,
difference.
yeah, that's really beautiful.
But I have to wait till that dries?
Yes, you have to wait till it dries.